There is more GTM advice out there than ever, and it has never been harder to use. And to be honest, it's most of the time pretty good. The problem is that it's not attached to your reality. So today in this video, I'm going to give you 5 stages so you can identify which one you're in and then use the advice you find online and only pick the right bites to apply to your situation. Because let's be honest, the content out there can be overwhelming. Doesn't mean that it's not good. And I've been sharing quite advanced stuff myself, so I'm guilty of that. But if you can't identify if this is good advice for you or not, it can be a bit overwhelming. So with this framework that I'm about to give you, you'll be able to know where you are now and where you're going so you can use everything you find today or in the future. So let's get started. Stage number 1 is what I call the 2-tool stack. So in this stage, you're basically in the beginning of your story. You maybe just found your market fit or still searching for it, and this is not really the time for you to invest in heavy GTM engines and systems. What you need is to prove that your idea, your business is viable. And honestly, you can do that with 2 tools. If you're adding more than that, you're basically burning time and budget for something that's not worth it. The 12 tools or 45 MCP diagrams that you find on LinkedIn, guilty of that one, are great. But if you're a 2-person company, that's probably just distraction for you. So I mentioned 2 tools. What are those? The first one should be a coding agent. Let's say Cloud Code or Codex to mention the biggest names, but it can be any model with agentic capabilities, even an open source one. And honestly, the $20 per month plan should be more than enough to do what you have to do at this stage. The second tool is what I will call an all-in-one GTM platform. A good example of that is Lemlist, where you can have lead databases, signals, enrich their contacts, and start sequences with LinkedIn and emails. So that basically covers all your basic needs in terms of outbound and even inbound. And because we are in 2026 and you are only a small team, you don't want to manipulate the tools yourself. You want your agent to do it for you. So here you are, 2 tools, 1 coding agent, 1 all-in-one GTM platform. And honestly, in stage 1, that's all you need. Having a CRM is nice to have, but if we think about it, a free Notion template is more than enough, even a spreadsheet. If your stack has more logos than people in the team, you skip the stage. But obviously, such a simple GTM engine has limits, and once you start having traction, one channel that works consistently, a team that's growing, that will not be enough. So that leads us to stage number 2, the memory upgrade. So let's say you had your very simple stage 1 GTM engine running for a while, and now you can see that it's not enough. Your team is growing and most of your business knowledge is in their minds. You can see it like the stage 1 GTM engine is a goldfish. It's great, it's reactive, it captures everything that happens in front of it, but the next day it forgot everything. So that's why in stage 2, that's where you need memory. This is the upgrade, a real CRM. And if you're starting from zero, you want an AI native, simple CRM such as Breakcode or ATO to plug directly onto your stage 1 GTM engine. And adding this memory layer unlocks a few things. You can start saving history of what's going on with your leads a bit more consistently and reuse this data later on. That's also where you start evolving out of your all-in-one GTM tool and start having specific tools that are experts in such categories, so you can leverage those experts and save each pieces in one place, your one source of truth, your CRM. So yeah, signals expire, history compound. And honestly, stage 2 done well will get any small company or small startup to great results. But there is more, and that's stage 3, the fuel nobody can buy. So if we zoom out a little, now that we have a GTM engine that is adding more complexity, more sources, and saving all of this in one source of truth, which is your CRM, now we can think about one thing. We are all buying from the same sources and using the same AI models. So now we want to add another layer, which is your unique data. So what this means is that you want to start feeding your GTM engine with data that is your own property. A good example of that is recording your prospecting calls. Doing this, you will record objections that are raised by prospects and how your sales reps handle them, by the way. And you can collect this data and consolidate inside your CRM to then use this piece of data that is very insightful on your next campaigns, your next piece of marketing, etc. So that's where your unique data is becoming gold, and that's how you can stand out against your competitors as well. That's also where the RevOps team comes in to handle all of those connections and data. And of course, that also works with your internal communication with Slack, your support tickets if you have a product, all of these data points that are gold for your GTM motion. So yeah, you get the point. Your competitors can buy the same databases as you can, but they can't buy your proprietary data. So once you have done all of this, your stage 3 GTM engine is quite powerful already, but we can do more than that. With stage number 4, the inside job. So when reaching this level, you still are heavily looking at what's going on outside, searching for new leads, new signals, etc. But as you have been feeding your CRM with a lot of data and history, it's also time to look at what's going on inside. We're talking about potential upsells, potential churn that you can identify before it happens. And the classic change of role of your previous champion as customer who is going to a new company that might be a good fit for you. So this is the stage 4 value. You start looking at what's happening to the people you already know. You have history with them. You can check on new roles, as I just said, but also who engaged with a competitor and they were talking about a new feature that you are not working on yet, maybe. What are the reviews saying online, especially if that's someone that is in your CRM already? Who got a promotion, etc. Look at the data you already own. This stage is widely overlooked, and it's too bad because there is so much value in there. That also comes without saying that you need a clean CRM. You need to remove duplicates and keep things up to date. Make sure that the contacts are right, the phone numbers, the emails, etc. But yeah, you get the point. Look at what happens inside. Honestly, if you make it to stage 4, you're pretty solid. You have a very good GTM engine already. But there is one more stage, the final boss. Stage 5 is when you start consolidating this data to extract new data points, new signals, new insights. For example, if you have an outbound campaign, you are sending emails and you get a 2% reply rate. You might think, if you look just at this campaign, that's not the best. But maybe the one that opens those emails also have visited your website pages twice last week. They also maybe have talked to a colleague at an event. All those data points separated are good value, but put together, you now have a big picture of this specific lead is very ready to talk to you. And it's maybe the time to find the phone number of this person and give them a call. But we are talking here about dynamic scoring. Scoring that lives in time, not just capturing signals at one point in time. One isolated signal can be a coincidence. A stack of signals with history is a decision process in progress. So here you have them, the 5 stages of GTM engine. Stage 1 is rent 2 tools. Stage 2 is get a memory. Stage 3 is feed it with your own data. Stage 4 is look inside. And stage 5 is consolidate and deduce. So the goal was never to have the most advanced GTM engine, but to have the GTM engine that fits your stage. I hope this framework was helpful. Feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed this and ask any question in the comments. I read them all. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one.